In today's video, we'll be comparing chalk markers versus Posca markers. We will be testing these markers out on different materials such as shoes, canvases, controllers, and even sketchbooks. What's up, you guys? So today we're gonna be comparing chalk markers to Posca markers. So we're gonna be testing these markers out on different materials and we're gonna see which one is the best. Let's get it. So you guys, we're gonna be testing these markers out head to head on different materials. So what we have here is chalk markers from the Silenart company, and these chalk markers are really good, you guys. I've used them in a video and I just think the brand is really good. They know exactly what they were doing with these markers. They give you these bunch of colors starting off with this pack. Okay, so here we got the Posca markers. This is the normal standard pack that you usually get when you go to the store and get them. They come with all a bunch of different colors, so we are ready to do this thing, ready to get this thing going. Okay, so let's look at the markers first. All right, so the first marker is the chalk marker, and I think this marker is so cool because it has two different tips. I think that's the coolest part about this. That's what I like about the chalk markers from Silenart, because of the two tips. It allows you to be more versatile when you're doing different things. And it really, that's one of the things that really stood out to me the most, is that it has the round tip, but then it has like the more of like the chisel tip. Okay, so now we got the Posca markers, and the Posca markers medium size. We all know Posca markers. If you don't know, Posca markers are cool. It only comes with one tip, but ultimately Posca markers are one of the coolest markers out here. Okay, so there's no really difference on how you activate them. You have to shake them up, and then you have to press down for the paint to activate within inside of it. So I think it's no really difference there. They both, you have to do the same exact steps. Okay, so one of the first things we're going to be testing these markers out is on a pair of Air Force Ones. These are actually old Air Force Ones, and what I'm going to actually do is, I did a design on the shoe. We're going to do one with just chalk markers, then we're going to do another one with just Posca markers. So the first thing is up is this flame. Y'all know I love the flame design, so I wanted to go in just to see like the different contrasts, to see how they see it, just how they bond to the shoe and just the differences between them. I will tell you this right now, that the chalk markers on leather is actually really good. It's like it bonds to the shoe very good, and I really like that. It's very smooth just to do, like, you know, paint with it. I'm actually using the other tip to actually do this, and now I'm actually going in with like an orange, and it's looking really good. It's really vibrant on the shoe. I like these colors with it. So hey, chalk marker is starting off really good. Okay, so next up is we got the Posca markers. We doing the same flame, but we doing like a little bit to the other side of the shoe, and basically we're just doing the same thing. So I'm gonna color it in. Posca markers, I've been using them. Everybody knows I've been using them for a while. I will say this about Posca markers is that because it's oil based, I would say that basically it's like, it doesn't really bond like that good to leather. You would have to do like multiple coats of it, and then basically it's gonna look very good, very filled in, like no streaks or strokes like left, you know what I'm saying? So honestly, I may have to give it up to chalk markers, because I mean, just look at the left, then look compared to the right. I mean, it just bonds a little better to the shoe, you know? Okay, you guys, so we just wrapped it up with the shoes, but now it's time to move on to the next material, which is canvases. Okay, we're gonna test out canvases next. Okay, so we about to test out these chalk markers on this canvas, on this black canvas. We're actually gonna do a glow effect with the Among Us. I love the Among Us characters, still do, even though they're not really popular now, but I still like the Among Us characters. And so this is what we're gonna do, and I can tell you right now is that the chalk markers are working really good on the canvas. I think it really comes down to the material that you're using these markers on. Okay, so now we're about to do the neon green, and let me tell y'all, these markers are really good with canvas because it's just like it's bonding to the canvas like really well. It's not like smearing, nothing like that. It's really coming out really good, and this is actually my first time ever like using these markers on a canvas. So that's why I really wanted to do this video, is to try out different materials with the markers, both of them, just so I can give a better insight on, give y'all a better insight on which markers to use on different things. Okay, so there we have it, a glow effect Among Us. This looks really good. I would say this, the chalk markers did really good on this canvas. Okay, so now it's time to use the Posca marker. We're going to start off just the same exact way. We're going to use a white Posca marker, then we're going to followed up with a green Posca marker just so we can tell the difference. And I can say this right now, but the Posca markers on the canvas is doing okay, but it's just like, as you can see with the other one, the chalk marker, is that it's just more, I would say, like filling in more. Like I had to go over the lines like a couple more times. With the chalk marker, all I had to do was go over the line one time and it was really white. With the Posca marker, it just seemed like a little dull. Okay, so I will say this green from the Posca markers is coming out a lot more vibrant, and these markers, I mean, it does look good, you know what I'm saying? It really giving that glow effect. Okay, so there we have it, you guys. So we have the Posca markers to the left and we have the chalk markers to the right. I'm gonna have to give it to the chalk markers on this one just because it bonded so well to the canvas. Okay, so the next item we doing is a PS5 controller. I thought this was perfect just because what it's made of plastic. So I definitely want to test out the chalk markers on one side and the Posca markers on another side. Let's go. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna do chalk markers to the left, Posca to the right, and we're gonna be both using the same colors, right, for both of them, right? And this one I'm gonna do like a drip effect like I normally do on the controllers, and some simple, just so we can test it out, just so we can see, okay, which one is more vibrant, which one bonds well better, because I know you guys, y'all use Posca markers, y'all use chalk markers, y'all use all different types of things. So I really want to help you all out on which one to use and just give my honest opinion about both. And I would say this, the chalk marker on the controller on the plastic is doing really well. Like, I just really can't describe it, but as I am like coloring it in, like the sketch, it's just like it's bonded to it really well. And I think it's due to the fact of it's not oil based, because Posca is oil based, right? So I think it's all about, okay, what is the markers made of, and I think that's what it is in a nutshell. Okay, you guys, so we're done with that. That actually was really good because the chalk markers, let me tell you, they really bonded well to the plastic. So that was really good, and I only had to do one coat. Okay, so now we got the Posca markers, and I've done custom controllers with Posca markers, but now we get to see head to head how is it like when you do chalk markers too. Okay, so I can tell you right now that when you're doing this with the Posca marker, the paint is not like, it's not bonding well to the plastic. And I know this because it's due to like the oil base, like I said earlier, and you just have to like kind of take your time. I'm gonna speed it up a little bit, but I mean, it's bonding well, but it's not really bonding like the chalk marker is. And like I said, I think it's just due to what it's made of, right? But with this, I'm trying to tell you, with Posca markers, you're gonna have to do another coat. You're gonna have to probably do 2 coats. You're gonna have to let it dry. And the thing about the chalk marker is that it's like it dried pretty quick, and that was it. And didn't leave any smears or anything like that. With the Posca marker, it is leaving that, like you'll see like streaks in it. But with the Posca marker, you just have to take your time and make sure to fill it in, like taking your time. And you're gonna have to do extra coats with this as well. The chalk marker, I really didn't have to do that. Okay, so we got the controller done. We got the chalk marker to the left. We got the Posca marker to the right. Even though the Posca markers seem a little more vibrant, I'm gonna have to give it to the chalk marker, just because the chalk marker, you don't have to do more than 1 coat if you choose not to, because it looks good. It looks really good right now. And also just bonded well to plastic. So I'm gonna have to give it to the chalk marker. And I'm just really, you guys, I'm giving my honest opinion about every material we testing out. Okay, so the PS5 controller is done, and I will have to give it again to the chalk marker again, because it's just coming out really nice on these materials that we're using. But say the best for last is a sketchbook. I've actually drawn a couple things with markers, so the sketchbook is the last thing left. Let's go. Okay, you guys, so next up is the sketchbook. We're gonna be doing a sketchbook. So the first thing we're gonna do is use our chalk markers to the left. I actually did a sketch of Patrick Star from SpongeBob SquarePants, and this is what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna color it in, and then we're gonna actually see like the difference between the two, like the vibrance, how smooth it was, like how did it do on a sketchbook, because I see a lot of people, they're using these markers on sketchbook. Okay, so it's one thing I do want to point out with using the chalk markers on a sketchbook is that it's not really coming out as smooth as I thought, just due to the fact that we did canvas, we did shoes, we did PS5 controller, but it's not really coming out the best. But this is the thing I will say, the marker is good. It all depends on what material you are using, you know what I'm saying? Because you have to take into account that this marker is not oil based, you know what I'm saying? It's more like for, I would say, harder surfaces. That's what I'm thinking. And I'm just trying to color in Patrick so we can really see. There's a couple things I noticed with the sketchbook. Maybe the sketchbook is a different material. Like, I know they have different material sketchbooks, but this is just a regular one. Maybe the paper is like too thin for the chalk marker. But this is how it came out for the first side. Now we're about to move over to the Posca marker. And I've actually sketched a lot of different things using Posca markers. It's smooth too as well. It comes out pretty smooth and it bonds pretty well, I would say, to it. The only thing I would say about Posca markers is that it leaves like I said, it all depends on the paper. Like if you're using like real like thin paper, I think like this sketchbook it's leaving like little extra like debris from the sketchbook, and that's one thing I have noticed. As you can see right there close to his head, it's little debris just at the top. So other than that, the Posca markers, they seem a little more vibrant with the sketchbook. But all in all, I think both markers are really great. They are great at what they do. But with this, I may have to give it to the Posca marker just because like it's kind of bonding pretty well, you know, better with it. So I think the markers, like I said, are both great in their own way. Okay, so after doing all the tests, I'm gonna have to really say, I'm gonna have to give it to the chalk marker because it just seems like it really comes out better on more materials. The Posca marker, of course, it's one of the, you know, the OGs of the paint markers or any marker that you use to customize. This is my first marker I ever customized. But now using a chalk marker from Silenart, I think they kind of got this one for real, for a fact. And I know that we could have tested more things, but these are the things that I customized and these things I've worked on. So I wanted these two to go head and head against each other. So with all that being said, let me know in the comment section below right now, which one do you prefer? Do you prefer a Posca marker or do you want to try out the chalk marker? The links will be in the description below. With all that being said, we're still on the road to 500,000. Yes, we can do it. Yes, we on the road. So let's do this. With all that being said, it's your boy Xavier Kickz. This is your boy Xavier Kickz. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.